didn't mean to upset you.
You didn't upset me. I hope I didn't upset everybody else. And that's just how I feel now. I just feel small. Like I told you yesterday.
You're not small.
And this is why I don't say anything, Isaac. This is why I don't speak up. And before I even said anything, I was thinking to myself, like, I shouldn't even bring anything up.
I think
What, Isaac?
I think you're just mixing up judgment with concern.
I said what I said in plain words. And it was taken as if it was taken a different way. Misunderstood, as always.
You weren't misunderstood. I mean, I understood what you're saying, but I just know that sometimes people don't think as deep as they need to on their feelings. And sometimes being questioned upon that makes them think about, where stuff is stemming from. But I feel as if I did push you a little too far.
I don't mind you asking. I don't mind answering. I just feel like maybe people don't like my answers or the way I say things or something.
It's not.
Then what is it?
I mean, you're always worried about people, specifically us, not liking what you have to say, but
Is
I
it
don't think it's. I don't think any of us dislike what you have to say. We're just concerned.
what's the concern though? I think that's where I'm not understanding. So could you please explain further in depth or spell it out in a different way because obviously I'm not understanding it.
So, when you said that Luca seems to be more quiet when you're around, made me concerned that there was either an unspoken or perhaps an unknown situation between you two, especially after that letter.
We sat on that porch and talked for like 2 hours. And I told
That's,
him how I felt. And I told him how I felt about him.
okay, that's good. But, I mean, imagine how Luca feels when you just suddenly feel, when you place his quietness on being as an action opposing you. Just like how Luke always asks you, why are you so quiet? And he takes it some type of way. Well, you were essentially doing the same thing.
The difference is I'm always quiet. This isn't new. When Luca is quiet, it's different. So that's why I asked, is everything okay? And that's why I said I just have been observing that when I'm around, you're quiet. Take, for example, when he's with Seer or when he's with you, he's always talking to you guys. When he's with me, he's not talking, and that's what I observe.
Okay. I mean,
That's what I see. That's the opinion I draw.
okay. Well, if you just say something like that, you really just can't leave it.
I feel like that's what I was saying when I was trying to say this is why I asked, and this is what I observed.
I mean, you're right. You did do all that. I was just trying to, you know, I'm looking from the outside in on both of y'all and this whole thing. feel your feelings, Luca feels his feelings, and sometimes, sure, they may collide. But like I said, I just wanted to make sure that there was nothing deeper than that.
No, like I told him, I feel like if we're usually when we're planning for an important job or important anything, he has more to say, and he wasn't saying anything. And that's why I told him I felt like his demeanor was very dismissive to the point where it was just like, do you want to be here or do you not want to be here? Do you want to be around us? That's what was going through my head, and that's why I said what I said.
Right, but just try to think about why the first thing that came to your mind was he doesn't want to be around us instead of, oh, he just doesn't have anything to say.
So at first it was he doesn't have anything to say, but it's weird because, like I said, if we're planning a job or anything, it's not like he just never says anything. So then that's why I was like, is everything okay? Because that's me showing I am concerned about why you're being quiet. Is there a reason behind it? Maybe I made you mad. Maybe I did something that I'm not aware of. Yeah, but that's the same with everybody else here.
I just want to make sure my cousin's alright. And I may be misconstruing things and misunderstanding them from my, like I said, an outside perspective. But
I genuinely was just trying to ask.
it's just, I understand where you're coming from. But, I mean,
I don't want to cause issues. Like, that's not my aim. I don't want any animosity or whatever. Like, that's not what I want for us, of course. I just felt like speaking up and saying something, and it was just an observation and an opinion, and that's it.
I understand that. I'm not trying to say that you're unreasonable. What you did was wrong.
I don't know. When I get a response like that, it makes me feel like I shouldn't have said anything. I just should have just kept it to myself. You know?
I think you should keep speaking up because I feel like a response of us trying to get deeper into your understanding of things is better than if you just said how you feel and we just didn't give a fuck, you know? It shows that we actually care about what you think and what's going on in your mind. If we want to get down to the root of it so we can solve out or clear up any issue between us. But if you told us that, I feel like Luca is quiet because of me, and we just said, all right, and we just went on about a business, I feel like you would have felt more in one type of way than another. So, like I said, even though it's uncomfortable in these situations to talk about that stuff and it's upsetting sometimes, it's better for you to speak out and for us to go deeper than for you to speak out and that you get nothing.
Mm,
I'm not trying to silence you. We're not trying to tell you to stop talking about your feelings. We want you to talk about your feelings, and we're going to ask you questions about your feelings so we can understand them better instead of not trying to understand at all. So keep speaking up. You're doing a good job. That was good, and it's necessary. You need to keep doing it. Don't feel shunned just because we try to understand better.
I care about his opinion. That's what it is.
So you're just trying to seek approval from him.
Not in this instance, but I think it's in the most instances.
Well, why do you need his approval?
I think it's because he was technically the last piece of family that I really had because my daddy passed, and before then it was my life was mostly spent trying to impress my dad, trying to make him see me, trying to prove to him that I can be somebody. And since he passed, maybe I felt like that wasn't fulfilled or something. So, and since Luca is the only one around, like I don't got no Kasim. Well, when Kasim was here, I felt the same. I felt like he had been gone so long, I had to prove to him that I was doing something here while he been gone. But he ain't he ain't see me. So, well, I feel like he ain't see me.
T, whose approval do you need? Who do you need to impress?
Mm, it's just feelings. I'm letting you. You wanted to know. I thought about it while we was riding, and this is what I came up to, and I think this is the one.
No,
So can
I
I?
understand. Just, but I just need an answer. Who do you need to impress?
I told you who I need to impress, and I don't know why. I don't know why my brain thinks like this.
Well, you are wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're wrong. You don't need to impress Luca. You don't need to impress Cassim. You don't even need to impress your dead daddy. You need to impress yourself.
Not the dead daddy.
You need to impress yourself, and you need your own approval, and that's it. And that's all that matters. And I know I'm speaking words that I somewhat need to take heed myself, but you only need to impress yourself and don't give a fuck about Luca things. If you feel some type of way, feel that type of way. Let them know that you feel that type of way. And then don't give a fuck. Sure, you may be concerned about it, but at the end of the day, you only need to be there for you. You need to impress yourself. You need to approve of yourself. You are the only person that you should care about what you think about yourself.
That's easier said than done. And you always say this to me, and I feel like I always think about it, and I say I can't be like you where you just don't care about what nobody else say. It's not that easy.
I know it's not that easy, but you gotta start somewhere, right?
Mm.
Have you started?
I I can only see what I do. So yeah, I can be like, yeah, let's go out and shoot, Tony, and I can spend hours at that goddamn tree shooting them damn bottles. and prove to myself, oh, you're getting better at your shooting, you're decent. But I bring that to y'all, and I try to show y'all, hey, I'm trying to improve. I try to speak up more. Tony, you're doing a good job speaking up. That's what I say to myself. That was good today, you know. And I bring it to y'all, and I don't know. It feels like maybe I get a cold shoulder or something, or maybe it's not the response that I hope for. Maybe I just get my hopes up too much, thinking somebody's gonna be proud, and when I don't get that, it's like devastating to me because it's like, damn, I really tried, but it still wasn't good enough.
You putting your hopes on other folk. You put in hopes in us that you seem better. But like you said, we can't see everything that you do. You're the only one who can see everything that you do. If you improve and you know that you improve, then you've improved. You don't need us to tell you that you improved. You don't.
That's easier said than done.
Well, you gotta start. It's easier said than done, but you gotta do it. Stop trying to come to us and show us about how better you've gotten. Stop trying to look for us to say, good job. We'll tell you good job. We tell you good job, but you're the only person whose good job matters to you. You don't need our good jobs. You don't need our, wow, Tony, you did a lot better than last time. We'll see you when we see you. But you don't need us to tell you that we see you.
Excuse me, y'all. Mm,
We can't make you happy. You can only make yourself happy. Stop trying to look for happiness in us. And if any of us give you shit about what you know that you've done better at, all you can do is tell us, fuck you, I know I'm better, and walk about your business and go about your day.
what's this tension? So Tony's trying to figure herself out one day at a time, and it's the growing pains, really. It's the growing pains, and it's essentially getting to her. Like it's overtaking her a bit because it's like she's feeling invisible. I think, and I think that's getting to her conscious. Like that's worrying her. That it's worrying her. Yeah, I think that's yeah. It's worrying her. Nobody wants to be the one that's always crying. And that's what I don't want for myself.
So nobody what?
I said, no one wants to be the one that's always crying. And I don't want that for myself.
Well, don't you think looking for approval in somebody is gonna lead you to crying all the time?
That's why I don't say nothing, Isaac. I just hide it.
And doesn't hiding it just make you cry even more? You may not cry in front of us, but you know, cry to yourself. And not even the form of tears in many different ways. You say you don't want to cry, but yet you're doing everything you can to hurt yourself.
No.
Yes. Hiding your pain, not letting it out, is hurting yourself.
So Toni grew up trying to impress her father, and she feels like she failed at that because her dad wanted a son and not a daughter. So like she always felt like she had to go the extra mile to prove to her dad like that she could be like the son that he wanted. Um so basically now that she feels like she's failed on that task, she's trying to she basically has pawned it off on the whole group to try to make the whole group that now, like, hey you guys, I'm here, see me, like I'm trying to change, I'm trying to be what you guys want me to be, like, you know what I mean? Like she feels like she really has to impress everybody in the group for them to like her or for them to want her to be around. So
At some point, you're gonna have to stop living in pain and self loathing. Because that's all you're doing. Hiding it isn't the way to deal with it. If you have a cut on your arm, do you patch it up or do you just let it sit until it festers?
you patch it up.
Well, what you're doing right now is you're festering within yourself. So patch that shit up.
I just said, Isaac, nobody wants to be the one that always cries. So if I walk around here letting y'all know everything all the time, that's not gonna get annoying to you. Then how I'm gonna look weaker than I already do.
Nobody here thinks that you're weak, Toni.
Hmm. It's
Yes. Oh,
it's hard to believe that, Isaac. It really is.
you don't believe it because that's all you, because you just, it's hard for you to believe something when all you think is something else is the truth. You don't, you just can't fathom to believe it. But it seems like you don't even try to see it. I mean, I love you, Toni. I don't think you're weak at all. You're stronger than a motherfucker. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to let people know how your feelings are. But don't hold yourself back because you don't want your feelings to be hurt.
Like I said yesterday, Isaac, the moment you start having feelings and is when people start looking at you and start treating you differently. The moment that you reveal what you feeling and letting it all out there with your emotions. It's the moment everybody want to treat you different.
Okay.
That's how I
And
grew up.
like I said to you, if people look at you different, who gives a fuck? Really? Who just who gives a fuck? Do, do you care if people look at you different? Are they gonna affect you? Are they gonna change the way you live? Are they gonna change how you walk out your house and put on your clothes and shoot your gun and eat your food? Are they gonna change anything about you just because they're looking at you different? Fuck no. If people look at you different, you're gonna go about your business, do what you do the way that you do it, no matter what. They can look at you sideways, but who gives a fuck? They're not you. They don't feel what you feel. They don't know what you know. They don't see what you see. They don't experience what you experience. So their eyes should even bother you, because they can't even change you. I'm not saying go about yelling about your feelings to everybody, but I'm also saying don't let your feelings become something worse inside of you. Let them grow without being able to come out. You don't want to be weak, but you don't want to express yourself. But you don't want to express yourself because you feel weak when you do. So you just got yourself in this fucked up limbo of emotions where you want to speak out, but you don't. But you want to, but you don't.
And I
But you feel like you
battle
have to.
with that every fucking day.
So then you gotta choose a side because you can't play both sides. You gotta choose a side, T. And we are always here for you. I promise you that. We are always here for you. If you feel some type of way, we want to hear how you feel because we want to know how you feel. Because if you feel like something is wrong, then we want to help. And we just want to help you, but we can't help you if we don't know.
Right.
Do you want us to help you?
Of course.
Then
Of
let us
course.
help you.
I don't. I think it's the. In my head, maybe I just think it's the reaction that I get. Like, here she go again, or she still ain't figured it out, or it's like you don't get these reactions, but I feel like when I think about speaking up, that's what I think about is that I'm gonna instantly get harped upon or talked down upon, like I'm not smart, like it's wrong to ask questions or speak up, you know?
It's better to ask questions because that means that you're trying to learn than if you just stayed silent in ignorance.
And everybody just expects you to just figure it out, but how can you figure it out when you don't know, you know?
I think this is all in your head because we know you don't. We know you can't just figure it out. We're slowly trying to piece things for you. so you can figure it out on your own. But none of us have just said, why isn't T getting this yet? What the fuck is she doing? She's slow as hell. No, ain't none of us done that. Ain't none of us have ever talked down to you. Just as support. We let things, we let you piece things together yourself. We're not gonna hold your hand. We're not gonna babysit you. We have let you take all the time that you need, and we're still giving you time.
Right.
Sure, we want to see greatness from you, but we can't force it out of you. Well, what was that thing Rabbit said? You can't, you can't draw blood from a stone.
Mm. I think it's the negative reactions make me scared to say anything. That's what it is.
When has it never been negative?
It's just what I think in my head.
Well, then you need to change your perception of things.
I don't want to be the butt of the joke because I don't understand something. Or like picked on, like bullied or something for my faults. So it's just easier not to show my faults or my flaws.
That's just their way of caring. They only pick on you about it because they want you to do better. I mean, sure, it does get annoying, and sure, it does weigh on you. It weighs on me as well, but you gotta understand that that's just how they show their support and how they want you to do better. People push differently. If they really didn't give a fuck about you and truly believe that you're weak and that you couldn't do anything, then they wouldn't be here. T. They wouldn't still follow your every word, waiting for you, waiting for what you gotta say or your input on things. They wouldn't be here if they truly didn't care.
Right.
Unless the nuclear source making all that noise.
Hmm? Nice booty, Tony. I'm a nut. When Kasim was here, He was saying how he felt like he was doing good, but I only seek approval from people that I look up to. And ever since I can remember, I always wanted to help out Kasim and help out my daddy, be a free man.
My horse. Who the fuck? Who the fuck touched my horse? God damn it. Who the motherfuckers?
My God. Do I even
You
want
just
to
gotta
look?
think.
Stupid
How
motherfuckers.
much time have you wasted on yourself trying to
Y'all
get the
asses
approval of others when you can spend that time on yourself?
I'm trying to spend time on myself.
I know, I'm not saying you haven't, but just saying how much time have you wasted that you could have used on yourself?
If y'all see anybody that fuck with my horse, shoot them next time.
Okay.
Alright, Luca.
I go out and I write my book and I write my thoughts down, what I feel. I go out, I go shooting, practice my shooting. Um, I'm trying to go back to fishing more so I can clear my mind for the day, and I'm trying to spend time for myself and just work on me. That's what I've been doing for the past, ever since y'all said y'all wanted me to be more of a leader. I've been, I said, okay. I took what you guys said and I said, okay, well, I'm going to start trying to do more and trying to work on myself and be better. Ever since, um, ever since we was at Route Skelter, after everything that happened with Gavin, I was making sure to go out to that bottle tree every so often and shoot. Every time I go, if I'm by myself, before I go to Valentine, I go by the tree and make sure I practice my shooting. And I go buy more bullets depending on how I feel for the day. If I don't feel too good, I'll go buy more bullets and I'll go back out again and do it again until I feel okay. And then after that, I start my day. Do whatever else I need to do. See where you guys are at and all that.
And when have either me, Luca, or Seer have told you that you're not doing enough or that you're not good enough? Whenever we said those words explicitly,
Never.
so stop feeling that way.
I just
Stop feeling.
expect to. I think I already just expect to be doubted. So then my feelings don't get hurt when I am doubted.
But ain't nobody doubting you. That's what that's nobody's doubting you, T.
Mm-hmm.
We have never doubted you. You're too in your own head about all this. I mean, I understand why, but you just have to know that you're just putting the doubt on yourself and you're putting all the weight on yourself for no reason. Unless we specifically say those words, don't think that we feel that way. Because you know for damn sure Luca and Sia are gonna tell you how they feel about you. And I'm gonna tell you how I feel about you. And if none of us have ever said that, then we don't feel that way. can't just assume people's thoughts for them and then decide your feelings on that based off of your own assumptions. Then you're never gonna get anything done for yourself.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
There's a big difference between us saying you're not ready and then us saying she can't do it. We've never said that you can't do it, but it's okay to not be ready.
Mm, one of my biggest fears is that I'll never be ready. I think about that every day. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be never not ready.
Well, you gotta understand that it's gonna take a hell of a long time for you to be ready. But if you think that nobody ever thinks that you're ready, it's gonna be harder for you to get there. I mean, hey, maybe one day you may not think that you're ready, but we will. We'll think that you are ready for this, that you could surprise yourself or you could surprise us. But you can't let anything stop you on your way to progress. If everybody walked around here and they were afraid of what other people thought of them, and that stopped them, then nothing would ever get done.
Mm, you're right.
Get it done for yourself. Nobody else. Not for me, not for Luca, not for Kasim, not for Seer. Do it for you.
You're right. I'm gonna get it done for myself and try my best to stop worrying about everybody else, I guess.
Good. That's what I want to hear.
I said I'm gonna try.
I mean, that's all you can do. I never expect you to get stuff done right away. I never expect you to just wake up one day and be a different person. all anybody can ever do is try.
Papito, how you doing? Sorry, I'm in the scene. I was immersed. My bad. I think sometimes what I say don't come out right, and it's gonna happen a lot. So
That's fine. Nobody's ever gonna get everything right on the first time. Nobody is ever always right. Nobody always does the right thing. Everybody makes mistakes. Like you said, we're only human. And like what we were saying with Lyle, nothing is ever perfect. But to reach perfection, you have to embrace imperfections. You're not perfect. But as long as you understand that you're not perfect and embrace those flaws and do all that you can to work your way around them, then in some way you will be perfect. But perfect doesn't exist. It's confusing, I guess, but I hope you can see what I mean.
yeah, it's okay. Sorry to keep you from your sleep.
I much rather prefer to have the conversation with you than to be sleeping right now.
Mm.
But I hope you can take something from what I've said to you.
Yeah, okay.
Good. I'm not sure when I took on this role of the family therapist, but
It's okay. I wish people were comfortable, talking with me too. But in due time.
Sometimes you just got to do what I did and just kind of force the conversation upon them. Not to say I forced the conversation upon you, but I didn't let up.
I just don't know what to say sometimes. So.
And that's okay. Ain't nobody putting you on a pedestal, expecting you to be the golden standard of what to expect. We just want to make sure that you become what you wish to become. Stop trying to be perfect for us. And just learn how to deal with yourself.
Mm.
I love you, T. You're doing good.
I love you too, Isaac. And thank you.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
I'm sorry I'm a handful.
It's fine. We're all handfuls. But that's family.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it's about, I guess.
Now, I'm gonna try to let my head down. Think about what we said, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm going to think about. Thank you, Isaac.
Don't thank me. Just be happy with yourself.
Bravo, Isaac. Well, shit. Intense. as fuck. But I think I kind of like, because when you're the only girl in a group, or you're like the only girl in a group, it is kind of tough. And I think I like showing that side of Toni, because even though, she is a tomboy, she grew up with a father that wanted a son, so she made herself into this like tomboyish girl, to impress her dad and to show her dad she can do things. I feel like Toni having that characteristic where she sometimes where she lets those emotions just flow over sometimes, it's good for the group, because at the end of the day, she's a woman, she's a girl, she has emotions, she has feelings, she can be sensitive, you know and the guys don't have that. Like, guys don't want to talk about their fucking feelings and shit. They don't give a fuck. Guys, you fucking talk shit to a guy, they're just gonna be like, whatever. But I think it's good to have the girl that's just kind of like, well, this is just how I feel, and this is how I am, and I can't help it, you know. But she also tries to suppress her emotions often. She tries to discard them, tries to, toss them to the side so that no one treats her differently. Like, that's Toni's biggest thing, is that she doesn't want to be treated differently than anybody else. She doesn't want anybody to coddle her. She doesn't want to be babied. She wants to be treated the same as everybody else. And if she feels like she's going to be treated differently, she won't say anything. That's her biggest thing. So I think it's good to be the more, and I wouldn't even say it's problematic, because it's not problematic. It's normal to have feelings. I think it's good to have that person that's going to have strong emotions about certain things. Because yeah, she might want to do crim shit. She's an outlaw, whatever. She still has a heart in there. Like, she's not. She still has a heart. So I think it's good. My girl, my baby. I know, Brizzle. I was just thinking about that. I was reflecting on the talk and just explaining how I think, like, with Toni being the only girl right now, like, it's good that even though she has this tomboy demeanor and she plays it off like, hey, I'm just like you guys, it's good that she has these moments where she really has to break down and say, like, hey, I do have feelings. Hey, I do have emotions. Hey, I'm still a female. I'm still a woman at the end of the day, So, like, I feel certain things that you guys might not feel. I feel like it's good to have that, in my opinion. Um, But yeah, definitely Isaac coming in clutch tonight. And it was unexpected too. I didn't expect to have a deep conversation today. I didn't expect Tony to have a deep conversation today. But I guess those are the best talks, is the unexpected ones, right? Yeah. Yeah. The unexpected ones are the best ones. That's good. Yeah, it was good. I think she's definitely not gonna forget this. Yeah, Isaac did make that promise. Isaac did make that promise to Tony. That's true. That's true. And he's doing a good fucking job, honestly. Um no, I Tony's definitely gonna remember this and definitely apply it like she does everything else. Um because she does, you know, she does want to improve. She does want to get better. Um she just has to be patient with herself is the biggest thing, is her being patient with herself. I feel like Tony rushes herself just so she can say, I did it, it's done, you know? But like when it comes to personality, like you can't rush personality, baby. You can't rush quality, baby. You just gotta grow slow, you know? A late bloomer over here. So yeah, I like the talk. She's definitely gonna use it, continue pushing herself to be better. For sure. But anyways, I guess we can get the fuck up out of here, right? I don't know who we gonna rain. Let me see. Oh my god, deputies. We got like 3 deputies on. Let's do. We've done everybody. Sergeant 10, it's been a while. Yeah, let's do Sergeant 10. It's been a while. Alright, you guys, follow me on this raid. Oh my god. Sorry, I can't add my other fucking emote. There we go. Okay, so if you're a non-subscriber, please use the first message. But if you are subscribed to the channel, you know what the fucking do, baby. Okay. Sub message right there. If you want to join up on my Discord because you love me so much and you love my RP, go ahead and join up on the Discord. There is the link right there. If you want to follow me on social media, which I need to post something on social media because I've been slacking. But there's the socials. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you all. Stay safe, be kind to each other, and check on your strong friends because you never know what people are going through. Okay? I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye.
We were under the impression that after the first offense, because he was talked to after everything in Guarma.
Happy he's using our repeaters?
He was talked to after everything in Guarma, and it was decided by senior law that he had learned his lesson, and there was a